Welcome to our channel, where we break down the wisdom of some of the most impactful books ever written to help you achieve success and live your best life. Today, we're diving into Napoleon Hill's The 5 Essential Principles of Think and Grow Rich, a timeless masterpiece that's transformed millions of lives since its first publication. This book isn't just about money, it's about unlocking your full potential by mastering the power of your thoughts. Hill spent over 20 years studying the habits of the most successful people of his time, and he distilled their secrets into simple, actionable principles that anyone can apply. Whether you're chasing financial independence, personal growth, or a big dream, these principles provide a roadmap for achieving it. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to harness desire, imagination, persistence, collaboration, and courage to create a life you love. So, if you're ready to take control of your future and learn how to think your way to success, you're in the right place. Stick around because the lessons in this book just might change your life. Alright, let's dive into Chapter 1 of Napoleon Hill's The 5 Essential Principles of Think and Grow Rich, which is all about desire. Imagine this. Every great achievement in history, every groundbreaking invention, every life-altering success started the same way with a spark. That spark is desire. And not just any desire, but a burning, all-consuming desire that becomes the cornerstone of everything you do. Hill calls it the starting point of all achievement, and for good reason. Without desire, there's no fuel to power your goals, no energy to push through obstacles, and no focus to channel your efforts. Hill begins this chapter by telling the story of Edwin C. Barnes, a man who had one dream: to work as a business partner with the great Thomas Edison. Now, here's the kicker: Barnes wasn't an inventor or even a well-connected businessman. He had no money and arrived at Edison's office looking more like a tramp than a future partner. But what Barnes did have was an unwavering belief that he would make this dream a reality. He didn't hope, he didn't wish he knew. That's what separated him from everyone else. For 5 long years, he worked for Edison in a seemingly minor role, but in his mind, he was already a partner. When the opportunity finally came, Barnes was ready, and he seized it. He proved that desire, combined with persistence and action, is unstoppable. Hill gives us 6 actionable steps to transform desire into reality. First, you must be crystal clear about what you want. Don't just say, "I want more money." How much? Be specific. Second, decide what you're willing to give in exchange for it, because nothing comes for free. Third, set a deadline. Goals without timelines are just dreams. Fourth, make a detailed plan and take action immediately, even if you don't feel ready. Fifth, write it all down: your goal, your timeline, what you're offering, and your plan. And finally, read that statement aloud twice a day, every morning and every night. Why? Because it plants your goal deep into your subconscious, turning it into an obsession that drives you forward. What makes this idea so powerful is that it's not limited to money or success in the traditional sense. The principle of desire can be applied to anything you truly want: better health, stronger relationships, or personal growth. The key is clarity and intensity. Hill emphasizes that wishing for something isn't enough. Most people wish their way through life, hoping that luck will hand them a miracle. But true desire isn't passive. It demands action, commitment, and resilience. To make this more relatable, let's think about J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter. Before she became one of the most successful authors of all time, Rowling was a single mother living on welfare, writing her manuscript in cafes while her baby slept beside her. She faced rejection after rejection from publishers, 12 of them, to be exact. But she had a burning desire to tell her story and refused to give up. That unwavering commitment eventually led to her success. Today, her books have sold over 500 million copies worldwide. So, whether your dream is to launch a business, write a book, or make a meaningful impact on the world, the lesson is clear. It starts with desire. But not just any desire, a desire so strong that it consumes you and propels you to act, no matter the odds. Desire is the foundation upon which all success is built. And when paired with persistence and action, it becomes the force that turns dreams into reality. Chapter 2 of Napoleon Hill's The 5 Essential Principles of Think and Grow Rich focuses on the incredible power of imagination, which Hill calls the workshop of the mind, This is where dreams are given shape, plans are formed, and the raw energy of desire begins to transform into reality. Imagination is the bridge between your burning desire and the actionable steps needed to achieve it. It's not just about daydreaming. It's about using your mind to visualize possibilities and create strategies that can bring those possibilities to life. Hill describes two forms of imagination: synthetic and creative. Synthetic imagination is when you take existing ideas, knowledge, or concepts and combine them in new ways. Think of it as problem-solving with the tools you already have. Creative imagination, on the other hand, taps into something deeper, your subconscious, or even a higher source of inspiration. It's where groundbreaking ideas and revolutionary solutions come from, often appearing like flashes of insight or aha moments. Both forms are vital, and the key is learning to develop and use them deliberately. One of the standout stories in this chapter is about the origins of Coca-Cola. Hill tells of a small-town doctor who sold his formula for what would become one of the most famous beverages in the world. The buyer, Asa Candler, didn't just purchase the recipe, he saw something more. Using his imagination, he envisioned Coca-Cola as not just a drink, but a global brand. He didn't invent the product, but he added the magic ingredient of imagination, transforming it into an empire that continues to thrive today. This chapter emphasizes that imagination is where ideas are born, and ideas are the seeds of all success. Hill stresses that ideas alone aren't enough, they must be acted upon. He encourages readers to build a mental workshop, a space in your mind where you can experiment with ideas, think creatively, and find innovative solutions to challenges. This mental workshop is fueled by your desire, but it also requires practice. Just like any muscle, your imagination grows stronger the more you use it. For many, the challenge is getting past fear or self-doubt. People often dismiss their ideas as unrealistic or worry about what others might think. Hill argues that imagination thrives in an open, curious mind, free of judgment or fear. To unlock its full potential, you need to trust the process and let your imagination roam freely. Visualize your goals in vivid detail. Picture not just the outcome but also the steps you'll take to get there. The more you engage your imagination, the more your mind will start to generate ideas and solutions that move you closer to your goals. Let's bring this idea to life with a modern example. Think of Elon Musk. When most people saw electric cars as impractical or futuristic, Musk imagined a world where they would be mainstream. His vision wasn't just limited to cars, he imagined creating a sustainable energy ecosystem, with Tesla cars powered by solar energy and charging stations worldwide. Many thought he was crazy, but Musk's ability to visualize and execute his ideas through both synthetic and creative imagination turned Tesla into a household name. His mental workshop didn't stop at cars. It expanded to reusable rockets, underground transportation systems, and even colonizing Mars. The lesson here is simple but profound. Everything starts as an idea, but imagination is what shapes that idea into a plan. If desire is the spark, imagination is the tool that molds it into something real. So, give yourself permission to dream big. Take time every day to sit in your mental workshop and play with ideas, no matter how wild or far-fetched they may seem. Remember, imagination isn't just for artists or inventors, it's the driving force behind every success story, including your own. Chapter 3 of The 5 Essential Principles of Think and Grow Rich zeroes in on persistence, which Napoleon Hill describes as the force that keeps you moving forward despite obstacles, setbacks, and failures. Desire may ignite the fire, and imagination may shape your vision, but persistence is the fuel that keeps it burning. Without it, even the most brilliant ideas and plans will fizzle out before they have a chance to succeed. Persistence, Hill explains, isn't a trait you're born with, it's a skill that can be cultivated. It's the result of a definite purpose, a strong desire, and consistent action. Most people give up at the first sign of difficulty, but success almost always demands that you push through challenges. The truth is, setbacks aren't signs that you've failed, they're tests of your commitment. Hill insists that every adversity contains the seed of an equivalent benefit. In other words, challenges are not just obstacles. They're opportunities to grow, adapt, and ultimately succeed. To develop persistence, Hill lays out a clear formula. It starts with a definite purpose and a burning desire to achieve it. Without a strong why, persistence is impossible. Next, you need a clear and actionable plan. Even if your plan isn't perfect, having a roadmap keeps you focused and gives you a sense of direction. A closed mind, one that resists negativity or discouragement, is also crucial. Surround yourself with people who encourage and support you rather than those who feed your doubts. Finally, persistence grows through habit. The more you practice taking consistent, determined action, the easier it becomes to keep going. But Hill doesn't just talk about the value of persistence, he also highlights the common reasons people lack it. Procrastination, fear of failure, lack of clear goals, and a tendency to quit when things get hard are all enemies of persistence. Hill challenges readers to take an honest inventory of their habits and attitudes. Are you quick to make excuses or blame circumstances for your lack of progress? If so, it's time to develop the mental discipline to push forward. A particularly powerful point Hill makes is that persistence isn't just about working hard, it's about working smart and staying consistent. It's about getting back up every time you're knocked down and learning from every setback. Hill reminds us that success often comes one step beyond failure. So many people quit just before they're about to succeed. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't often comes down to one thing: persistence. To make this concept more relatable, let's look at the story of Colonel Sanders, the founder of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Sanders didn't achieve success until he was in his 60s. He had a simple recipe for fried chicken and a dream of selling it to restaurants. But he was rejected over 1,000 times before someone finally agreed to try his recipe. Most people would have quit after the first few rejections or even the first few hundred. But Sanders believed in his product and was willing to face rejection after rejection until he found someone who shared his vision. That level of persistence turned a simple recipe into a global brand. The takeaway from this chapter is clear. Persistence is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. No matter how ambitious your goals are, there will be moments when you feel like giving up. Maybe the results aren't coming fast enough, or maybe the challenges feel overwhelming. But if your desire is strong enough, and your belief in your vision is unshakable, you'll find a way to keep going. Persistence doesn't guarantee instant success, but it does guarantee progress, and every step forward brings you closer to the finish line. Stay the course, and let persistence guide you when the road gets tough. Chapter 4 of The 5 Essential Principles of Think and Grow Rich dives into the concept of the mastermind, which Hill defines as the driving force behind extraordinary power and success. This principle is about the synergy created when two or more minds come together in harmony, working toward a definite purpose. Hill emphasizes that success is rarely a solo effort, it's amplified when you surround yourself with people who share your vision, offer support, and bring diverse skills and knowledge to the table. The mastermind is more than just teamwork. It's a strategic alliance of like-minded individuals who align their efforts and resources. Hill explains that this collaboration creates an almost magical energy, a collective intelligence that far surpasses the capability of any single individual. When people come together in a spirit of cooperation and mutual respect, their combined brainpower generates ideas, solutions, and strategies that no one could achieve alone. This is the essence of the mastermind. To bring this to life, Hill shares the example of Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men in history. Carnegie credited his fortune not to his individual brilliance but to the power of his mastermind group. He surrounded himself with 50 highly capable men who helped him build his steel empire. These men didn't just follow orders, they contributed ideas, developed plans, and supported each other's growth. Carnegie's ability to leverage the mastermind principle was the key to his incredible success. Hill also highlights how this principle applies beyond business. The mastermind isn't limited to boardrooms or corporate empires. It can work in any context where people collaborate with a shared goal. Whether it's a family, a community project, or a personal dream, bringing together the right people with the right mindset can transform any endeavor. One of the key lessons in this chapter is the importance of choosing your mastermind group wisely. Not everyone is suited to be part of this kind of alliance. Hill advises surrounding yourself with individuals who are positive, motivated, and willing to contribute their energy and ideas. Negativity and disunity can derail the effectiveness of a mastermind group, so it's crucial to foster an environment of harmony and trust. This chapter also underscores the idea that the mastermind creates accountability. When you align yourself with others who share your vision, you're more likely to stay committed to your goals. You're not just working for yourself, you're contributing to something bigger, and that sense of responsibility can push you to new heights. To illustrate this principle, let's look at the story of Henry Ford. Ford was born into poverty and had limited formal education, yet he became one of the most influential industrialists in history. How? By leveraging the power of the mastermind. Ford aligned himself with brilliant minds like Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, and Luther Burbank. These relationships weren't just friendships, they were strategic partnerships. Ford absorbed their knowledge, collaborated with them on ideas, and used their expertise to amplify his own efforts. This network of innovators helped Ford revolutionize the automobile industry and build his empire. The takeaway from this chapter is profound. You don't have to do it all alone. In fact, trying to go solo may limit your potential. Success thrives on collaboration, and the right partnerships can open doors you never even knew existed. Start by identifying your goals and seeking out individuals who can support and complement your vision. Whether it's mentors, colleagues, or friends, create your own mastermind group, a circle of trust that elevates everyone involved. Remember, when minds come together in harmony, their power multiplies, and anything becomes possible. Chapter 5 of the 5 Essential Principles of Think and Grow Rich shifts focus to one of the greatest obstacles to success: fear. Napoleon Hill emphasizes that fear is a mental barrier that prevents people from achieving their full potential. He identifies 6 major fears, what he calls the 6 ghosts of fear, that hold people back. Overcoming these fears is essential not just for financial success, but for a fulfilling life. The 6 basic fears Hill discusses are fear of poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. While these fears may seem universal, Hill argues that they're not inherent, they're learned, often shaped by society, family, and personal experiences. The problem is that these fears operate on a subconscious level, quietly influencing decisions, limiting ambition, and paralyzing action. Hill's message is clear. To grow, you must confront and outwit these fears. Let's break these fears down. The fear of poverty is perhaps the most common. It causes people to cling to jobs they hate, avoid taking risks, and settle for less than they're capable of achieving. The fear of criticism, on the other hand, can be just as debilitating. It's that inner voice that whispers, "What will people think?" This fear keeps people from stepping out of their comfort zones or pursuing unconventional dreams. Fear of ill health makes people overly cautious or even psychosomatically sick, as the mind often manifests what it dwells on. The fear of loss of love triggers jealousy and insecurity, while the fear of old age convinces people they're too late to achieve their goals. Finally, the fear of death robs people of the joy of living, making them anxious about things they can't control. So, how do you defeat these ghosts of fear? Hill's solution is twofold. First, you must recognize that fear is a state of mind, and second, you must take deliberate action to reprogram your thinking. He reminds us that our thoughts control our reality. If you allow fear to dominate your mind, it will shape your life in negative ways. But if you replace fear with positive emotions like faith, courage, and determination, you can break free. A powerful tool for overcoming fear is self-awareness. Hill encourages readers to take an honest inventory of their fears and how they manifest in their lives. Are you procrastinating because you fear criticism? Are you avoiding a big career move because you fear failure? Awareness is the first step to change. Once you've identified your fears, Hill advises countering them with definite action. Fear thrives in inaction, but it shrinks when confronted with bold, decisive steps. Hill also discusses the importance of guarding your mind against negative influences. This includes the media, toxic people, and even your own thoughts. He urges readers to focus on their goals and to surround themselves with people who encourage and inspire them. Just as fear is contagious, so is confidence. To make this lesson more relatable, let's look at a real-world example: Oprah Winfrey. Growing up in poverty, facing abuse, And dealing with countless rejections early in her career, Oprah had every reason to succumb to fear of criticism, poverty, and failure. But instead of letting those fears control her, she used them as motivation to create a life of abundance. She once said, "Failure is another stepping stone to greatness." By refusing to let fear dictate her actions, Oprah built a media empire and became one of the most influential figures in the world. The ultimate takeaway from this chapter is that fear is only as powerful as you allow it to be. It's a product of the mind, and just as the mind can create fear, it can also destroy it. Success requires courage, not the absence of fear, but the decision to act despite it. When you learn to master your fears, you unlock the freedom to pursue your dreams without hesitation. The path to success is never without challenges. But as Hill reminds us, fear doesn't have to be one of them. Replace fear with faith, and watch your life transform. So, there you have it, Napoleon Hill's 5 essential principles for achieving success. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. Persistence, the force that keeps you moving forward. The power of the mastermind, which multiplies your efforts through collaboration. And finally, learning to outwit fear, the barrier that holds so many people back. Together, these principles form a blueprint for turning your thoughts into reality. The most important takeaway from this book is that success begins in the mind. It's not about luck or talent. It's about the choices you make, the thoughts you think, and the actions you take every single day. Whether your dream is to start a business, build a healthier lifestyle, or achieve financial freedom, these principles can guide you there. If you found these ideas inspiring, don't stop here. Start applying these principles in your own life one step at a time, and see how they transform your mindset and your results. We'd love to hear from you. What's your biggest takeaway from this video? Drop a comment below and let us know. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more content like this. Thank you for watching, and remember, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. See you in the next video.